Okay.
Keep out of reach of children.
Psychologists say.
Welcome to a special episode of BoxMac.
Something very different, something very unusual.
EJ and I on Red Cow Arcade, we sometimes talk about James Rolfe and Cinemassacre. And last year, towards the end of last year, he put out a line of hot sauces. And what we started to realize is that celebs will put out hot sauces.
Yeah, for some reason.
I mean, we could maybe package macaroni and cheese and try to sell that. We've talked about that.
That sounds more on brand for us than like whipping out a hot sauce like every Tom, Dick, and Harry does.
Yeah. So we were pressured to talk about it on the podcast, but I thought, well, that's kind of a tasting. And there's this other place where we do tastings, which is over on BoxMac.
This show.
So we thought, why don't we cook up just standard Blue Box?
Yep.
And we will parody Hot Ones, the very popular show where that one guy tries a bunch of hot sauces.
I don't even know his name.
And asks a bunch of like probing questions.
Yes.
I believe the kind of premise of that show, I'm not like a super fan.
No, I've seen clips, obviously.
Yes.
But.
So I thought, it'd be fun. I've been friends with John for 26 years.
Yep.
Why don't we try this hot sauce, along with a variety of others. We've got, EJ brought in some actual Hot Ones brand, and we've got Billy Mitchell's, famous from the documentary King of Kong.
Okay.
We've got his Rickey's hot sauce.
Ooh.
And he's very, like, the fact that he has a hot sauce brand is very, like, affiliated with him.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll learn something about you.
Yeah, maybe I'll, you've prepared a bunch of questions for me. I've prepared a smaller number for you. We'll kind of go back and forth a little.
Yes, all right.
I think it's going to be interesting. I've got some things that I really would like to know.
Okay.
And I think you do too.
All right, we'll figure them out. Today on Box Ones.
Today on Box Ones.
I'm a little scared. I'm not like a hot sauce guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a 2 out of 10 guy.
Yeah, so maybe we'll like this.
Maybe this will be all right.
Do you ever put hot sauce on anything?
Eggs, scrambled eggs, classic place to put it. Sometimes on just a chicken thigh is really good. My dad makes that sometimes. That's about it.
I used to dab some Tabasco on a slice of cheese pizza.
Oh, that actually sounds really nice.
That's it. And that's about as far as I go.
Yeah.
I enjoy things like Indian food, but this thing of like you pour hot sauce on your chicken.
Yeah.
It's not a me thing.
Okay.
Let's try this. What kind is this? All right, so this is like a palate cleanser.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice.
It's kind of hitting me.
Yeah.
You know what?
Pretty light.
It is, but it's enough that I'm like, that's fine. I wouldn't want to go much further, and I think we're going way further.
Yeah. I don't have that much of a problem with that. I could go further.
Some people don't know, we live right on the Rhode Island, Massachusetts border.
Yeah.
You grew up in Rhode Island, as did I.
Yeah.
And then moved to Massachusetts shortly thereafter.
I did.
Are you a Rhode Islander, or are you a masshole?
I kind of think I'm more of a Rhode Islander. I think I embody that kind of like 15 minutes is too far mentality, that is really...
You probably have more opinions about Providence traffic than you do Boston traffic.
Oh yeah, I've worked in Rhode Island basically all my life. So I think I'm more,
Yeah.
more of the Rhode Island blood. Plus I love me a grinder, I love me a cabinet, any Rhode Island term you can come up with.
I don't think people even know what that is. A cabinet is a milkshake.
Take a drink from the bubble, get some Jimmy's, all those Rhode Islandisms. Right?
I guess some of that bleeds into Massachusetts. But I would say Autocrat coffee syrup, that's specifically
Rhode Island, and that's my go-to brand.
Okay. You want to hit me with a question before our
Yes.
next hot sauce?
Absolutely. We started in the trenches of guerrilla filmmaking. That was really where we got our beginnings.
How did you know this?
It was an era that was defined by us getting tapes confiscated in convenience stores and hauling kitchen tables out of my parents' kitchen.
We needed a table at a location one time, and John was like, we can bring my family's table.
Yeah, we just took it. It was just gone. We couldn't eat anything until we bought it back. It was great. While we aren't running from store clerks anymore, what's the most valuable instinct that you learned from those chaotic times that you still carry with you? Is there a specific mindset from that time that remains relevant to how you live your life today?
I think the one that leaps to mind is to not be a perfectionist. so I'm 40 now, and I've met a ton of artists, and I've worked with a ton of artists, and I've met a lot of people that are waiting for circumstances and criteria to be just right before they can move forward. And I was the opposite, certainly when I was young, I was the opposite of that to a fault, where it was like, let's just show up to the place and shoot the movie and whatever, and we'll apologize. It's like, I live this ethos of ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Yeah.
There's this thing that they always do at corporate retreats where they say like, here's a bunch of spaghetti and some tape, and whoever in 15 minutes, whichever group has the tallest spaghetti tower wins. And what they found is that all the people that spend a lot of the first 10 minutes or 5 minutes engineering the spaghetti tower lose. And it tends to be younger group and children who win.
Wow.
And the reason is because they just start iterating chaotically.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think like making strides or being productive. One thing I can at least say about myself confidently at 40 is I've gotten a lot done.
Yeah.
I've covered a lot of ground.
You have, no doubt.
I've checked a lot of boxes. So yeah, I think moving forward, like having a bias towards productivity.
Yes.
Over having the criteria be just so.
Yeah.
Mike Matei's creamy white sauce. Yuck. Oh, I like it. I actually like it.
It's just me, or it has almost no heat?
Right. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
Well, like it evokes heat. Like it has like a sense of, a kick.
Yeah, underneath, but very subtle. I mean, I could eat that all day, every day.
Yeah.
No trouble.
All right, I got a question for you.
Sure.
You once spoke with a British accent and said it was because it made you more likable.
Yeah.
Was this unconscious? Do you ever still do it? And why do you think British accents are likable? Some people don't like British people.
You're right. I mean, this is kind of a really, a lot of, especially that era of my life was defined by trying to get people to like me a lot. I always wanted people to like me a lot. It's kind of, who I am. I think at first it was not conscious. I think it was just doing it kind of automatically, just as a way to just make myself a little different and a little more approachable, and a way to put on a bit of a character so that I could become someone who's a little cooler, a little like more, witty, a little funnier.
Like the eccentricity would kind of like guard against any other thing that might block somebody from liking you.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of created a little bit of a character that I could go around. And then it became more intentional.
Right.
Where I wasn't subtly playing the character, I was just playing the character.
Yeah.
I think as time has gone on, I wanted to play less characters in my life. I wanted to be more me,
Yeah.
So I've kind of moved away from that completely. I still love to put on a British accent if somebody enjoys a British accent because it's fun.
Were you like watching British media when you were a kid and that seeped in? Or?
Not as much as you think. I actually watch much more now. I watch so much British media now, and New Zealand media and Australian media, all those like the panel shows and stuff. I love all that stuff.
What's your very favorite one?
Taskmaster.
Still,
absolutely. Yeah. It's such a great show. It's really, and you can watch it on YouTube.
There you go.
All free.
So this was shipped to us by Jimmy B, who also got me this beautiful Firehouse hat.
I love that hat. It's amazing.
It kind of evokes hot sauce, don't you think?
A little bit, yeah. Like you're a lover of it,
Yeah.
which you're not.
Nor am I from Texas.
Yes.
Okay, let's try it.
All right.
This is Billy Mitchell's hot sauce.
Good.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
And the heat is just kind of, or the spice is just kind of like somewhere in the back of the mouth.
Oh, I like it actually.
It's actually nice.
Yeah, it's a really good hot sauce.
This guy also just recently won a big lawsuit against Carl Jobs.
I don't know who that
Talking
is.
about
but-
Australian personalities.
Yeah.
You absolute legend.
I really like that sauce actually. I think it's delicious.
Yeah? You'd buy Rickey's again?
I don't know how much. I mean, it must be a serious premium with his name on it.
You were an early technology adopter.
Absolutely.
In fact, when I met you, that was kind of like there were one of several like traits, predominant traits, like technology enthusiast, musician, British accent, something like that. How has that changed, or has it not?
I still love technology. As much as a lot of people really hate AI, I actually love AI, and not just the LLMs.
Unsubscribe.
Yep, they're all gone. They're all leaving.
So pissed.
There's going to be so many hate comments. To be clear, I'm not for like us saying that artists can't make art or anything like that. I'm all about that. I think that's incredible. The point is, I think it's the most incredible piece of technology we've had in a while. In a world that's kind of flattened all the technology into my phone, every piece of technology is in here that I used to like. Video playback, audio recording, video cameras, everything's in here now.
Yeah.
There's a lot less technology. I think AI is probably the most exciting thing to come along in a long time. And I am very excited about that. And I consider myself to be a little ahead of the curve in terms of where people are in terms of exploring AI.
I've always said, if you're overly a detractor or you're overly enthusiastic, you probably haven't used it very much.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of cool usage for it. I'm pretty excited about it. And I see at work, I'm one of the leading adopters of it. You know, I can see that. So, still there. Our history is populated by a massive cast of characters. 20 years later, basically that room has emptied out except for you, Nina, and me. From the original people who kind of started this journey with us.
And Zach, we got to put Zach in there.
Zach's in there, you're right, absolutely. Zach's in there too.
And Matt.
Okay, maybe that question isn't as good. But the point is, a lot of people that we used to be around, we're no longer around.
Yes.
Looking back, do you think that there was a fundamental quality in our dynamic that prevented us from drifting apart? Or are we simply the lucky ones that managed to stay in orbit when life took everyone else in different directions?
That's a great question. Yeah, I actually have wondered that very question before. I'm like, well, why, you know, because what happens when you, especially when friendships are based on creative endeavors, is there's like an enthusiasm or an infatuation with the project or with the energy of the moment. And then, you know, normally it's like, oh, it's because we were working at the same job together, or we were in college together, or we were living in that city together at that time. And then when the projects are kind of over, you start to fade apart. And you and I haven't, for some reason. One of the stranger things about the relationship is I was 14 and you were 20.
Yes.
So it was kind of like a big brother relationship where, like, here's the guy who can drive and I can't drive. And here's the guy who has access to like a little bit of money, and like I have no money because I'm a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
So those were formative friendship years of like, you know, you know me down to like my most embarrassing moments and everything else. So it's like it either is going to work or it doesn't past a certain point. Probably there's some yin and yang here, like you know what you're doing with music and what you're doing with technology and your sense of humor and like this really unique perspective that you bring to everything. And my guess is that you're like, well, I like that this guy is in motion. And because like I'm like often like not in motion.
Yeah.
You know, it's like two opposing forces that cause something to not break.
Yes.
It's something like, you know what I mean?
I think that's a really interesting point.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely provide the motion and momentum for us to do all things like this.
Yeah.
I would have never like sat down in front of a camera and talked about, you know, somewhat.
But you've been agreeeve.
Oh yeah.
Because that's the other thing is like you the alternative could have been you could have said like, well, I don't really feel like that. I don't want to do that on a Saturday morning. But I think over time you've developed even more where you've decided like I'm gonna just say yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes to stuff.
Yes.
If it's weird and it's strange and I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, just say yes. I mean, how weird is it gonna be?
Right.
You know?
And maybe at a certain point, like you've been through enough projects and through enough fun and there's been enough reward from kind of just going with it.
Yeah.
That you're like, well, I'm just gonna go with it next time.
And I think part of it is I trust you that anything that you are working on and dedicating effort to is gonna come out with some level of quality. Is there gonna be hiccups? Absolutely.
Right.
But it's gonna come to somewhere.
And I would say too that just to put a finer point on it, my creative life, you were one of the first bricks that was laid down in the house.
Yeah.
So there's no like, if you take the John Hunt out of it, it's gonna feel pretty weird. I think it's foundational, and there's the opposing forces thing. Yeah.
Very
Good.
interesting.
We need more hot sauce. I'm not overwhelmed by anything.
No, I'm
What's
not
the heat
overwhelmed.
level on this?
These are all pretty mild.
Okay,
Okay.
let's give it a try.
To me, this is pretty mild, salsa-y. A little bit of heat in the back.
Salsa-y? It tastes like salsa? Yeah.
Yeah, like a thin salsa.
Do you like
get
salsa?
that?
Yeah, I do.
I do. I love salsa and chips. It's not super hot. That's not why I'm going for the milk. I just need a little liquid.
I'm like a little tiny bit uncomfortable from it. Tell us about how you became acquainted with music, the various instruments, because a lot of people don't know you play instruments besides piano.
I do.
And opportunities you've had to play and how you remain active.
Yeah, so I mean, music is kind of is foundational to my life. You know, my love of music started when I was just a kid. My dad and my mom both love music, and I got their collection of 45s, and I listened to those extensively as a child. So a lot of my love of music comes out of the music of their teenage years, which is the 50s and 60s. I had a little toy piano as a kid, and I would make up little songs, and that evolved into, you know, my parents thinking, you know, should we get you piano lessons? And I was like, sure, I'm all about piano lessons. I got into band in high school and then started playing other instruments. I played baritone horn, and trumpet and tuba for a while in different bands in middle school and early in high school. And then that evolved further when I got more, you know, into computer audio in high school in MIDI class, learning about how computers can make music. You know, music is so central to my life, and I love exploring new ways to express it and come to it, you know.
Yeah. What was the best day of your life?
You know, it's interesting. I never view days in my life as the best day. There's lots of moments. There's lots of little pieces of days that I'm like, that one, you know, that 5 minutes or that 10 minutes or that period or that moment, you know. But when I had to really go through and think about best days, we come up to like very recent times, and that's me with my family, with my nephew Caleb, who I love very much. I love all my nieces and nephews. But a particular day I spent in September this last year with him was probably the best day,
Wow.
the best full day of my life. It was just a wonderful day.
That's good.
You know.
Because you don't want them all to be back in when you were 5 or when you were 7.
No, I mean, I actually don't have any from when I was a kid. There were no really great days. Yeah. They start kind of in my 20s, the good moments, you know, and then it's just kind of now that I'm finding good days, which is really great.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we need something that's going to abuse us a little bit more than this.
This should be more medium heat instead of the mild heat.
All right.
Maybe part of it is it needs to be on chicken.
That was just really nice.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
That was the least hot of everything we've eaten.
It was a delicious flavor too.
Yeah, it's nice. Your shower
Yes,
has a tremendous number of shower heads.
it does.
Have you ever run out of hot water, and what note did you hit when it went cold?
So, it's a great question. It's fun. My shower has an overhead rainfall shower head. It's got a handheld shower head that I love. And then it's got 4 body sprayer heads. I don't use the body sprayer heads very often, but the system that we have in our house is a continuous hot water system. It can't run out of hot water as long as there's oil.
Yeah.
It's different than a normal home hot water system. So no, we don't run out of hot water here.
Okay.
And thus, the only time I've ever experienced a truly high note shower was when the furnace entered an error state and was not heating water anymore. And I was halfway through, I was all soaped up and you know, as you are in the shower, and that was it. We were gone. There was no more. We went from like comfortably warm to like whomp.
So the point is, like, in order to rinse off, you were gonna have to tolerate the cold water. Yeah.
And this was winter, you know, a couple years ago, and that water is, you know, like 43.
Are you like me? Are you getting, as you get older, is it harder for you to be cold? I don't like being cold at all. Like just this winter, I'm like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I have to be in a certain temperature range.
Yeah.
Specifically, at night, I want it 58. And under the covers, it's nice and warm with like.
It's way too cold for me.
Yeah, and during the day, I want it 64. If it's lower than 64, I can't take it.
Dude, like when it's 68 in our house, I'm like, can we take the chill out of here?
Really?
Yeah, I'm becoming my dad. Because everybody eventually will become their dad.
Yeah.
All right, AVGN.
AVGN.
Shitty games.
Games.
All right.
All right, ready?
Yep.
It was hot. A little. It's not that bad.
We have surpassed a quarter century of friendship, a lifetime in entertainment years.
Yes.
We've evolved from singing Josh Groban in abandoned houses to eating ruined mac and cheese today. We've shed various versions of ourselves as we've grown up.
Yes.
When you compare the man who started the friendship to the man that's sitting here now, what is the single misconception that your younger self held that you had to correct?
Tradition is not arbitrary, and structure is not arbitrary. I think that like one of the things that I got a real kick out of, certainly creatively, when you would have first met me, is we can make our own rules. And this is a young guy problem, I think, is like nobody has existed before us.
Yeah.
And so everybody's got it wrong. Everybody has a dogma. Everybody, you know, so like in the filmmaking world, it's everybody thinks you have to shoot this way, or everybody thinks that it costs this much money. That was a big thing. That was like a big feather in our cap, was like, you can make good stuff without money. But that seeped into, well, what's marriage anyway? and you know, we made a whole documentary about how weddings are too expensive, and I stand behind the fact that the expense is unnecessary. But ultimately, you know, I remember being in the middle of making that documentary, Till Death Do Us Part, and being like, wait, I'm like becoming a big believer in marriage. as like an institution that I wasn't before.
Yeah.
And so I need to make sure I'm critiquing weddings and not marriage. But yeah, I think probably the thing that he needs to understand is like, there are people that went before you and they have some really good ideas and you're not the smartest one in the room. And you don't want to be the smartest one in the room, actually. It's a vulnerable, uncomfortable spot to be in.
That's interesting.
I mean, and also another thing, if you really want to get things done, if you really want to be productive, like you do have to lift other people up. Like you have to, you can't like just, you can't be like, all right, all of you sit in the back, I'll pull the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like not enough that like you stood out. Like you have to bring people along with you. Which Red Cow project is your favorite to watch? Which was your favorite to be part of and why?
The fascinating thing, you may find this fascinating, is they're the same thing. And that is the last feature film we did.
Yeah. Having fun up there.
Having fun up there.
Yeah.
That was my favorite project to be involved with. I loved the scale and the scope and the story and just the way we went through that production. It has a lot of great messages that still, you know, as I get older, resonate a little less maybe, but still resonate with me.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that may surprise you or maybe not surprise you is I really don't care to watch myself that much.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of our content has a lot of me in it. And so that, while I definitely do watch episodes of BoxMac, I'll pull one up or put one on or watch a clip or something. I tend to go for our content that we've created that has less of me in it. That's the content that kind of engages me more.
Yeah.
So that's the reason for that. That's why that's my go-to. And I usually watch that, if not every year, every other year. Yeah. I'll give Having Fun Up There a watch.
They don't, and we don't make independent films like that anymore.
No, no. There's a specialness to making I mean, I love making BoxMac, and I love when we go out and do all kinds of stuff. But there's a specialness that comes, for me anyway, to having the film be a product. You know, every time we've done that, it's a bit of a magical experience for me. And
it's like going to camp.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know, you're in this world with just this group of people, and you're solving problems, and you're getting things done, and making an amazing product, and that's a unique experience in my life anyway.
Because you're only trying to do that one thing too.
Yeah.
You're here to make
all
this
towards
movie.
the one goal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If you were stranded on a desert island, which OXO utensil would you bring?
All right, this is a good one. OXO made a 15-piece knife set. I'm bringing the 15-piece knife set.
Because you could cook.
I could
But you could
cook.
also-
I could use the knives are big enough. I could cut small branches to make firewood. I could, you know, if I needed to like stab a fish or something, maybe, probably not, but could try. I think that of all the tools I could have, that would probably be the most useful set.
Can I read that as him? Give me that thing. Ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Habanero pumpkin. Bite into the madness. A fiery mix of seasonal bold. It'll wake the dead. Perfect for creatures in the night or anyone craving a spicy scare. All right, hit me. There's video of James eating this stuff and like his face is on fire and all this. Is that the hottest one we've had so far?
It seems very hot. EJ, could you just spoon me a little bit of that so I could try it?
You're worried that the Mac is
I'm wondering.
decreasing?
Yeah.
Like none of these are blowing me out.
I mean, even plain, it's hot, but it's not like blowing me away.
Right.
You know,
Is it pumpkin?
I wanted to. It is a little pumpkin-y.
Yeah, and actually the pumpkin's nice.
Yeah. The flavor's good.
It never occurred to me that you could have a pumpkin hot sauce.
Yeah.
What's something that people always get completely wrong about you?
I think that a lot of people think that I am, you know, the character that I play on BoxMac.
Right.
You know, that is me, but it's way up, right? I'm not. I'm a lot lower than that, really. Like
They don't see the quiet John, and there's like a lot of quiet John.
There's a lot of quiet John. There's a lot of like contemplative John. There's a lot of like, you know, really much smaller energy than anything. I think that a lot of people think I'm just this, you know, that I'm always, you know,
Bargain hunting and all the, right.
I'm not. I'm really much quieter than this when kind of left to my own devices.
Yeah. What's your most cherished belonging? We did a show called Scavenger Hunt where we go around the premises. I don't know if you have any like proper collections at this point outside of the SNES one, but like what's your most cherished collection?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have a lot of collections now. I was going through them in my mind. I have my Faltzcraft collection, which is pretty substantial. I have obviously my video game collection, my vintage computer collection, which is a massive number of vintage computers. I have kind of a collection of Canon lenses that I use for photography. I've added one or two to that collection even since then. I have a big collection of granny square blankets. There's maybe 10 on my bed right now, and I have another 10 upstairs at least.
I didn't know it was technically a collection.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's enough in it now that it's definitely a collection. My favorite physical thing is actually one of my granny square blankets. It's one that I bought at a church fair, not one that we went to, just one I went to independently. Paid $10 for it. It's a king size. It was obviously handmade. It's got beautiful rosettes. If I had to throw things out of the house in a fire, computer would be first so I could save all my photos and everything, and that blanket would be second. This smells hot.
You're right.
It's hot.
Oh, okay. That's the first time.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's legitimately hot.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I've ever had anything quite like that before.
No.
Where it's like, it's here to stay. How are you doing over there?
It's hot. Ooh.
Good. Good, I'm glad something
Wow.
was.
Yeah. I feel like we just went from like 2.5 to like 8.
Yeah.
We've decelerated from a weekly grind of 40 episodes a year to a handful of seasonal traditions and a few episodes.
Yeah.
But the strange thing is, despite the long gaps between our shoots, the moment the lights turn on and we say, welcome to BoxMac, the chemistry is instant. What is it about our specific dynamic that allows us to bypass the awkwardness and pick up exactly where we left off, even as the rest of our lives have drifted in kind of such different directions?
I don't know, I guess it's like a frequency, it's a channel that you just tune right into. And I remember early on when we were making the shows, the first 50 episodes or something I would frequently hear from people, yeah, I need one too. I'm tingly. They would say, like, did you write the episode? Or did you, whatever. Occasionally we've had people on the show who are like, oh, I have like this idea, there's like a joke I want to say. I'm gonna like wait for the joke. And so, I mean, for those who ever wonder, yeah, I mean, the cameras turn on and we just start talking. Sometimes I'll have a topic just so that we can have something to chat about. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, the CRT thing or something I want to talk to John about. But I think that it betrays the concept of the show to, like, in any way try to rig it.
Yeah.
Unless it's a scripted episode, in which case, but to be honest, like, I love the Halloween episodes. I think they're all great.
Yeah.
I really do, the scripted ones and everything. But I actually think that, like, for me, for rewatching the Halloween Food Network one, and that was all unscripted, and that was a time where the night before, we had some other totally different concept for what we were gonna do the next day. And suddenly I was like, wait, we could just do Food Network.
Yeah.
And then EJ was like, great, yeah, awesome. And we just shot some B-roll, and then, from there, a lot of it happened in editing. What people often are responding to is I hear this a lot too, is I like that I'm watching real friends.
Yeah.
Which makes me reflect on, do you think that there are YouTube channels where, like, the people on camera don't hang out, or?
Oh yeah,
really?
I can tell. I think it's easy to tell.
Yeah.
If the people aren't actually friends.
Yeah.
Some people are better at pretending at it than others, but I think that you can tell.
Yeah. 26 years, another person so well. You know what's going to be exciting for them. You know what's not going to be exciting for them. You know what's going to be irritating. In a good marriage, I think this happens too, is like conflict is something that you can kind of see coming from a mile away. So you start to figure out, like, well, John never really likes when we do this. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try to figure out something else.
Sure, and in the same way, I know the things that if I do them while we're doing a production, it's going to annoy you.
Yeah.
I should, it's not about, it's just about making everything smoother. And that's kind of what any kind of good relationship is.
If both people are attentive and sensitive to what the other person is sensitive to, and each person is not sensitive to too many things, you can have a really healthy relationship. I mean, in many ways, like it's the podcast that I do with EJ is how I talk to EJ.
Yeah.
It's when I speak to him.
Yep.
and BoxMac and John's car is when I talk to you.
Yeah.
So it's like it doubles as like hangout time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you misplaced Earthbound again? If so, why? If not, where is it right now? You have to tell me and be accurate.
It's at the top of the stairs in the closet.
Yeah.
In one of the big tubs. That's where it is. I know it.
Okay.
I have not misplaced it.
Okay.
That game's worth too much now to misplace.
Looking
we're up in the 350s. For
Looking
that
back
game.
on it, do you feel like it was a bit ridiculous that you misplaced Earthbound and that EJ had to find it in the room of disaster?
Yes, it was absolutely ridiculous. It kind of touches on a bit of a point where I love my collections, but I have to be very careful to not let my collections overwhelm me.
Yeah, I've been having the problem with like fans will send in Laserdisc tapes or whatever. They're like, hey, I got this giant box of tapes. Do you want all of them? And I'm like, I can't possibly.
Yeah.
Where the hell am I gonna put all these tapes?
Exactly.
Yeah. Space is a lot more precious than money. Here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat this.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna roll right into your question from me.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, yeah.
Here we go. DeBomb.
Ooh. Okay. No.
I'm invincible.
I think you just got nestled in a noodle and went right down. Because that is hot.
I feel it, but I'm okay.
I think the last one was worse. But,
Yeah. Oh my
okay.
gosh. I get nestled in a noodle.
Okay.
Keep out of my children.
Psychologists say.
All right, what do they say?
Psychologists say fatherhood doesn't just add a person to your life, it reprograms your worldview. How has the responsibility of raising your daughter, who is 8 now, altered your definition of integrity compared to when we were just guys in our 20s? Has that definition shifted alongside your other major perspective changes in life?
I don't know. What do you think? Have I changed a lot? Or
Since before you knew him?
I can't get the heat out of my mouth.
Well,
can't either.
you did. If I didn't have you as a father, and I had some other sloppy guy on the couch doing drugs.
It would be a junkie for sure.
Kind of junky, yeah.
Do I strike you as someone who would be with a junkie?
No.
Let me try to answer John's question about how having you has changed me. I think getting married in the first place, being sensitive to what somebody else needs, is like a prerequisite. It's like training for then being sensitive to what a helpless baby needs. One of the things I found about fathering was that you will engage with everything as long as it's being explained to you. So when you were little, you used to say, I'd like to watch I would say, hey, you wanna watch this movie with me? And you were like, only if you tell me everything that's going on during it. Because your brain is like input. And I think that's something you quickly learn is like everything that you do influences this child. And now, like, I feel like we've like influenced each other's sense of humor a lot over time. You know what another big part of it is? Getting to know like her friends and her like cohort of classmates. You start to realize that like you're invested in not just like one kid, because you can do the selfish thing of being like I care about my kid or something. But you start to realize you're like, no, she's part of a cohort and she's part of a world that I'm not gonna be part of, basically. And you start investing yourself in that. And so I'm a big believer, I've become a big believer that as you grow older, it's extremely important that you're doing something for the next generation. Like you have to be oriented towards the next generation in some way.
Yeah.
Like invest in that. I also think like, I look back at 15 years ago videos and I seem maybe a little more nihilistic, cynical, and having a child will soften you. It'll make you patient, sensitive.
Humbled.
Yeah, humbled.
Yeah.
Because you can mess it up.
Really put me into mom and dad's life to sometimes tell them the hard things.
Yeah, you hit me with the hard stuff. All right, that's my answer.
Very good.
That was tough. That
one was tough.
If you had more than a drop, what would have happened to you?
Out of here. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm like having like mild dysfunction of the senses. Like my throat's messed up, my nose is starting to run. I've got this. My tooth is burning. Yeah. It's like a strange. Like I've never had burning teeth before.
My face is red. Well, it's the same question.
Sure.
It's the exact same question. How has becoming an uncle transformed your life?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of similarities. It's obviously not the same thing as fatherhood, but I think it is a very adjacent experience. To be able to be a positive influence on the lives of the next generation, it definitely changes your perspective, like you said. You know, it makes you want to make the world a better place for them.
Yeah. You got skin in the game.
Yeah. You know, in my life, I don't feel like I ever got to experience a lot of love, you know, a lot, or at least love that didn't come with qualifications and conditions.
Right.
And the love that I experienced from my nieces and nephews is a different class of love.
Totally.
You know, it's
Totally.
it's a beautiful kind of heartfelt love that I don't think you can experience in any other way.
Yeah.
I think there's a beauty and a magic to that for me has been really kind of healing and really kind of has brought a lot of pleasure to me.
Renewing.
Yeah. A lot of invigoration and excitement about, you know, things.
That's
again.
good.
So I think that's it's been an incredible experience for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What's something that's gone that you wish you could have back?
I mean, I could answer that in a really kind of easy way, right? I could say like Building 19. But that's
Not grandma.
no.
Building 19.
No, but no, that's kind of what I'm saying is that like, well, it's easy for me to just say like, of all the small kind of knocks against our existence that is growing older.
Yeah.
Right. All the little hits that you have to endure, despite the positives, despite the new things that are brought in. There's a lot of little continuous dings. The passing of people you love, the closing of restaurants and the change in styles and the way the world way the world starts to disconnect from you and all those things. For me, the thing that I lost the most was in my 20s. I had a lot of optimism about the future, like about my own personal future, that things were going to get good. Like that I was gonna find myself a relationship that I really liked and find myself in a situation in which I would consider myself happy, and that never developed, right? That for all kinds of reasons. And that optimism about where things are headed to for a personal, you know, for me personally, is kind of a thing that I think I miss most. I don't have that anymore. I have lots of other great things in my life. You know, I have all my friends, I have my family, which is incredibly valuable to me. But for me personally, I kind of feel like my story is pretty much written. Right. You know, there's going to be more chapters.
Right.
But the potential for the most interesting part, I think, is past.
You wish potential was back.
Yeah, I wish there was still potential.
Yeah. I get that. What's something that happened a long time ago, but you think about it all the time?
Yeah. If I'm just being BoxMac John, you know, I could say, thinking about Entenmann's donuts in the 2000s.
Yeah.
That's not true, right? For me as a person. I mean, the real, like I mentioned kind of earlier, there's moments I go back to in my head when I want to have a good moment, you know. And there's one in particular, and this is very personal, is laying on the back of someone I loved and listening to their heartbeat. And it was a fleeting experience because it only happened a couple times in my life. But that moment of feeling loved and connected, which is something so central to me, is one of those moments I go back to all the time. You know, that's the one that I'd have to go with.
Over 91% Pepper X.
Oh God,
So this is the most extreme one.
we're doomed.
I need milk.
I might want to milk up before.
I'm mad that it doesn't say keep out of reach of children.
Could you send down the milk and milk me?
Here.
Not actually.
We don't want milk, John.
No milking me.
All right, let's just do this.
Wait for the hit.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh my God.
What's something that you wish people will remember about you after you die?
I hope that for the people that I cared about in my life, for those I loved and kept close, I hope they'll remember.
I can see why this show's so popular.
I hope they'll remember me for my kindness, my intelligence, and I had one more lined up and it's gone.
Intelligence, kindness, humor.
And humor.
Good.
Sure, that's great. No, I do. But mostly kindness and making people happy and comfortable, right? And it's never been in my life. This is like terrible, the awful answer. In my life, it's never been for people who aren't close to me, right? They can think whatever they want. I don't care. I'm very much if I value people in my life, I want them to be the ones to remember me fondly. Anybody else can think whatever they want. That's how I view it.
Okay.
We possess a massive shared history, but our history is in some ways distinct from our current connection. We used to speak the language of weekly dinners and shared Oscar obsessions, rituals that I truly loved. Over the last 7 to 10 years, as our lives have drifted apart, that language has been replaced, for the most part, with the shorthand of production. If we took the show away, do you think that we would still have enough in common to fill the silence? Or is this table the only place where our lives still truly intersect?
No, of course. I feel like a bunch of your questions are about we don't talk anymore. I don't feel disconnected. I feel like I can reach out anytime on Discord, and
Sure.
maybe I'm taking for granted the history or something where you're always available.
Yeah.
But you seem like you're an arm away at all times for me.
Yeah.
And I think if there was no show for some reason, if the internet broke, I think I would want to try to build in some new ritual. But I find whenever we hang out, we're talking about technology, we're talking about a movie we saw, we're talking about something that happened at work.
Sure.
It seems like professional stuff we like to bond over a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm today Gloria came running in to show you every Minecraft thing ever. And I feel a little bit like Gloria. I'm I want to show John everything I've been up to.
Yeah.
You've always been a great sounding board, or somebody who's been excited for me.
Yeah.
Who's shown me enthusiasm. You've never been okay, whatever. And since I was a kid, you were always enthusiastic and always very supportive.
Yeah.
Extremely supportive. And so for that reason alone, I'm always drawn to have conversation, and I don't feel like I lack things in common with you or something like that. Yeah. Once and for all. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite board game?
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I don't really care for board games.
Is it true?
No.
You don't like it?
I love board games. All right. Real serious answer. It's the Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
Yep.
It's my favorite board game. For some reason, that just brought up a bunch of hot sauce into my mouth. So give me a minute. It's a really great game, and I would love to, sometime, if you're ever interested, we could sit down and play it.
Sure.
And I think it would make a cute piece of content.
Okay, yeah, we'll film that. Yeah, all right. Well, that's good. There was a follow-up question EJ wanted me to ask you, which was, can you name a board game?
Can I name a board game? Yes.
But since
I can name a bunch.
you've passed that. So that's all the questions here on Box Ones.
Here on Box Ones.
If you have a project that you want to shout out, talk to this camera. What's he saying? This camera or this camera. Tell us through your Instagram. I don't know.
Well, yeah, a lot of people don't know, because they're so unenthusiastic about AI. John actually does have a secret YouTube channel.
I do have a secret YouTube
where he
channel.
does put up the occasional AI song creation.
It's called Sing, Clank, or Sing, and it's just AI songs that I have created, and I'm gonna put up another batch this coming week of songs that I really like. Legitimately, I like these songs. So
I think people need to understand that it's not like clicking a button and saying, make a song.
No.
It's some of them take what? 10 hours, 14 hours?
Some take 10, 15 hours. I mean, there's one that I'm gonna put up that I've actually spent, I took into Audition and I spent another 8-9 hours fixing an Audition and adjusting it the way I wanted it, so.
And do you feel like if you didn't have musical background, you wouldn't even know?
No, I wouldn't have any idea, what sounds like what I like. So.
That's cool.
Thank you for the milk, John.
Sure.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers!
That is unpleasant.
Oh, it's immediately unpleasant.
Yeah.
It's not I have to wait for the back end.
Would you ever eat that?
No. Maybe if I said that there's a flavor, there's sort of a citrusy background, but it's. Oh. So here's my question for you, Nina. So you've often come on our shoots, helped us with a lot of creative projects. supporting your husband in all of his creative endeavors. What's a creative endeavor that you personally do in your own time?
It's a little hot.
It's so distracting. I take back every laugh I did at John. I don't think that I have a creative endeavor, which is interesting, being amongst creatives who, music and film and cinematography and who are just that productive. I don't have a creative bone in my body. It's all about the energy of helping other people and the micro creative moments of, we need to black out that window. How do I do that? We need to, corner off this little sort of problem solving in the moment. There's no other big creative driver.
The garden. You got to talk about the garden.
That's not it's not creative.
It's the exact same thing as when I want to make a movie. You're like, I got to get out there. I want more time with it. I want to do this. It's the same thing.
I'm gonna take another bite.
Of the hot sauce?
Yeah, because you know what happened? Once it's worn off, the intensity of the moment is gone, and I no longer feel the pressure. If you weren't involved in Red Cow, where do you think your life and your energy would be creatively?
My nature is that I would probably find something to whittle away with. I was doing animations. I was trying to find collaborators before Frankie. Obviously, my last channel was a collaboration. And when I found Red Cow and I was doing BoxMac, I was doing my videos on that YouTube, I was like, this is where I want to be. And so I think I'd probably be seeking another Frankie somewhere, a ghost Frankie somewhere. I'd be seeking them because I feel like I need a yin to the yang. I feed off of that feedback and the productivity. And since Frankie is the most productive and the most creative and also temperamentally is similar, or at least one I can bounce off of well, I think that's why I've landed here. So yeah, I think I'd probably just I would be doing failed creative projects until I found something that I can get in a groove with like that.
My ears feel wet on the inside. I get that
it causes
dysautonomia.
strange things to happen.
Yeah, there's the stomach, chest, mouth, it's all connected.
So Frankie's sort of the captain of the ship. Do you think there's anything that Frankie does that you would do differently in how he organizes things and plans things?
Well, first off, I am a very disorganized person. So if I were to be alone in my own endeavors, I'd probably be way more chaotically creative and way more chaotically oriented. Just because that's, you don't even want to look at the contents of my hard drive. It's just miscellaneous.
I can't even drum up the tea for this interview. I can't believe you put more on there.
I would never.
I draw the line at that. EJ wins.
Nina, what's your favorite thing to grow in your garden? I like zucchini because it just grows. And it usually provides a lot. And then people are sick of zucchini, but I'm happy that I got a good yield.
Same reason, potatoes. And then I feel like I could feed people in a starvation situation. Yeah. Something about my Polish roots, I'm I can do this.
Yeah, and I take the zucchini, I make zucchini bread. You can make zucchini spaghetti.
Too. Yeah, so good.
I love it. No, that's a good answer.
Okay, I'm good.
Gloria wants to do a plug. Go ahead, Gloria. You're on that. You're on that camera. Gloria got to participate in Boxes and Boiling, and it was really fun for her. And she was thinking, wouldn't it be great to do her own novelization of that story? Can I get milk? I didn't know that there was still hot sauce in this Mac.
Once in a village, a pasta castle was making mac and cheese. The most great Mac had turned into a very bad Mac, and that's where you come in. Said the cheese whiz. Now that at that table was, and then on the next page, I haven't finished writing all the mainstream stuff. On the next page it says, as I am writing this, I should probably say who I am. And then that's what I've written so far.
Good job. Well, we'll look forward to more. All right, thank you everybody. Good night. You're making Mac, but we're not really filming it.
No.
Is that strange?
Mac! I see you're not subscribing and ringing that bell. Now, I don't want to sound like some cocky YouTuber because I understand very much what it feels like to feel the pressure to subscribe, but I don't really subscribe anymore. And trust me, you don't need to subscribe. But
In fact, don't.
I thought you were setting up a real good subscriber promo, and then she's kind of like,
We're just gonna wait around for a little bit so that this viewer can subscribe. You done yet? Done? Almost done? Alright, we're gonna just see. Alright, looks like you're done. We'll see you later. Also, this mac and cheese is great. Try it now, or the show's not gonna go on.
There's a lot of qualifications.
yeah,